since they could not make on time, so I'm covering up for them. All right. So now, the story for ADTV, right? As a partner, it's an honor to present for their behalf because the success that ADTV has received with Huawei actually resembles the success that many of our partners that are present here today have actually witnessed and experienced with us over the past 1 year. Okay. When we jump into story, so ADTV about them. So as many of you know, they are one of the oldest organizations, though ADTV app started in February of 2022, but ADTV as such an organization is more than 50 years old. And they are one of the largest OTT platform which is focusing only on the Arabic audience. In last 2.5 years, they already have 15 million plus viewership. The audience size between millennials and Gen Z is already 50%, and they have very fair balance in terms of gender split. 55% male audience, 45% female audience. So if you look at the overall structure, it's fairly big, they are doing very well. But at the same time, when we look back and try to understand that how ADTV team clicks so well with Huawei Ads team, and so goes with many other partners like yourselves, it's basically, it takes us back to the 2019. And that's the year when we start facing some challenges with issues in terms of our ecosystem, and we start bringing it out to the rest of the world. While we were approaching the market, and we were really apprehensive because nobody else has been able to launch third ecosystem in the market, and many partners tried in the past, but they did not receive success. So when we came to the market, the question was, can we succeed, or how we shall approach the market? And fortunately, to our luck, things played in our favor because every partner that we approached at that point of time, their teams were very, very progressive in their thought process. They were super open-minded and they are very eager to engage with any new platform that can help them to achieve their targets. So from there, the success started with most of our partners that are present over here, and same goes the story for the ADTV as well. And we started with them in 2021. And over the past 1 year or so, we have a massive success with them. Now, the journey. So as most of the partners, again over here, the journey started with app onboarding. And that's, I think, one of the gateways to enter Huawei ecosystem. So the ADTV team onboarded their app. Now, for the first time, they were surprised because it was not only a simple app onboarding, but a technical team dedicated from Huawei's side was involved, guiding them, supporting them how to do integration and how to publish their app. Now once that was done, again the team got involved in terms of how to drive their numbers, how to drive the downloads, how to drive installs, and how to drive engagement for their app. Now beyond that, because it's an ecosystem, right, we don't do only one thing. So the team got involved even how to publish their app on Huawei TV. So some of the partners are here from the UAE, so we don't have TV here yet, but in Saudi, yes, we are selling Huawei TV, and maybe after a couple of months we'll have the TV in our region, in our country as well. So from there, ecosystem was built, and ADTV team slowly and steadily evolved into Huawei ecosystem. Now further comes the standard problem of OTT platform, right? You need the traffic, you need the engagement, you need the higher ROAS. So now that's where our team comes into the picture. So team got involved by positioning ADTV app as one of the premium OTT platform. And then they also work along with the ADTV team in terms of what needs to be done, how the engagement needs to be done, how the campaigns needs to be divided, and how the tracking needs to be done. And so on, we moved on. Now, in terms of the results, so they are phenomenal results that we have received. But most important thing, I think Hamish from ADTV has put is the last phrase over there, a partner beyond ads. And I think this is very close to us because, we are a big platform as Balgam shared the presentation. So we have 730 million global users, 41,000 plus publishers. We have our own DMP and so on. But everybody has, right? So it's a publisher platform, people have it. Now what extra do we bring onto the board? And that's where comes in our partnership side of the business. And that's where we come joint marketing, co-promotion, retail promotion, kiosk in special locations, incentives, and so on. So there's a much more that we as Huawei Ads, we do beyond a traditional advertising platform. And that's where we become part of our partners' marketing journey rather than a standalone advertising journey. So this is again a traditional journey in terms of an OTT platform. So simple awareness, consideration, conversion, and retention. Now, on an OTT game, the most important part, and especially if the platform is running on AVOD, advertising video on demand, the requirement generally goes how much time a user spends on the app engaging and watching the content. Alright, so in this case, we need to come up with the strategies that the traffic that is directed from Huawei platform, they are engaging with the app, spending more time, so the ADTV team is increasing their revenues because they're AVOD platform. So this also, again, we did very successfully. And then further goes in terms of the churn rate. So that goes with any of the apps. You know, most of us have 200 plus apps on our mobile phones. But the churn rate is very high, even on the subscription or even on the AVOD platforms situation. So we work with them in terms of how to reduce the churn rate. So the first was the content, but then comes in how to keep that users engaged. And beyond that comes in, if somebody has actually churned out, how to bring them back in, retargeting and bringing the audience back. So again, the teams got involved. So the strength of a platform goes with our presence, physical presence in 170 countries. So this physical presence and the physical teams available in these many countries is actually something unmatched by other platforms. Now this is results from one recent campaign. So we did a campaign in the month of September with 12.5 million odd impressions, something normal. But in one country campaign, 70,000 installs. And this is for a partner who had previously 200,000 installs. So if you currently look at the ADTV app on Huawei App Gallery, you have roughly 260 odd thousand installs. And this is phenomenal success. But the beauty goes when the CPD starts declining. 40% improved CPD for this campaign. So they reach a pinnacle and start coming down, and as per the ADTV team feedback, this is unseen in other platforms because you reach a pinnacle and beyond that to get every individual user, your cost keeps going up. But the Huawei system, the machine learning and the involvement of Huawei team, the cost have actually come down. And then goes the CPC. Even the CPC improved by 27%. Now, CPC, many things get on the background in terms of how to improve it. So first is, of course, the involvement of a team. But secondly, most important product comes is the creatives. So these are the ADTV creatives. Like the importance of a creative still cannot be undermined. You know, even today's scenario, we get partners who share us a desktop-sized creative to run as a banner on the TV. So we have to talk to the partners. We have to tell them, guys, this creative will not work. It's designed for a desktop search ad. This is a mobile banner. So please improve your creatives. And sometimes I receive a complaint as well because my operations team, they end up refusing the creatives and they refuse to run the campaign. So we work with the partners again on the creatives, and ADTV team did a good job on the creatives. This is some examples and some signs that we have run. Now with all the success that we have received in last 12 odd months, we are looking up to already in the next year, all right? And we put together into 3 simple steps in terms of desired conversions, expand the penetration and reach, and create a revenue stream for them as well. Now in terms of the desired conversion, we are working on in terms of the third-party MMPs, like Malcolm has explained, we work with all established MMPs in the world. Most of them are already working with us. So partners will be updating the same. Then comes in terms of reach, because Huawei Ads platform, we have 3 pillars. We have our display network, we have our app gallery, and we have our pattern search, our own platform. So using these 3 pillars, we actually going to increase the reach for ADTV team. And then of course the revenue stream, because we are a publisher platform. So this is what we're looking forward to next year. And then, you know, every success story, you have a lot of faces, a lot of actually unseen and unknown faces who actually work around the clock to make it happen and make it possible. So big thanks to the ADT team plus our own Huawei team who actually made the success stories come to life. So that's all from my side. Thank you guys. Thank you.